Let's see how to find the Maclaurin series solution to the differential equation we see here, which you may notice is a non-linear first-order differential equation. So here we're told to find the first four terms of the Maclaurin series solution to this equation. So that's dy dx minus y squared equals to x, and we're given the initial condition we see here, which tells us that when x equals to 0, y is equal to 2. In other words, right from the word go, we already know that the solution curve to this differential equation passes through the point with coordinates 0, 2. Okay, now as I often do, I'll go ahead and write SOL here for solution, and now we can get started. Since we're after the first four terms of the solution, in the upper right-hand corner of the screen here, I've written the first four terms of the generic Maclaurin series of a function f of x. And so the whole idea behind finding the first four terms here is for us to find the values of f of 0, f dash of 0, the second derivative at 0, and the third derivative at 0. And for that, we'll make use of the differential equation and its initial condition here. So let's get started. On the far left-hand side of the screen here, I'll make a note of each of the key values we need. So first of all, we need f of 0, and thanks to this initial condition, we can say without any hesitation that f of 0 must equal to 2. So I'll go ahead and write that. F of 0 is equal to 2. I'll underline that. And in fact, I'll also make a note of that under my generic series here. So I know that f of 0 is equal to 2. I carry on. The next thing we need to find is f dash of 0. And for f dash of 0, the first thing we'll need is an expression for f dash of x, or dy dx. And hopefully you'll agree that all I need to do for that is rearrange the differential equation we see here. Indeed, rearranging that differential equation, we can quickly state that dy dx is equal to y squared plus x. Okay, so we now have dy dx written in terms of x and y, and consequently the value of f dash evaluated when x equals to 0 will be equal to the value of dy dx evaluated at the point with coordinates 0, 2. Since we know that when x equals to 0, y must equal to 2, and since our expression for the derivative is written in terms of x and y. So to find this, all we have to do is replace the x we have inside this expression by 0, and the y we have here by 2. So this quickly becomes 2 squared plus 0. In other words, f dash evaluated when x equals to 0 is equal to 4. Done. And so going back to my series at the top here, we can now state that f dash of 0 is equal to 4. I carry on. We now need the second derivative evaluated when x equals to 0. And for that, I'll make another bullet point here. For that, we need an expression for the second derivative. And so using the expression we have for dy dx that I'm hovering over right now, to find the expression for the second derivative, all we have to do is differentiate this with respect to x. And in doing so, we quickly find that the second derivative is equal to 2 times dy dx times y, that's the derivative of y squared, plus the derivative of x, which just turns into plus 1. And I should say, if ever you're not quite comfortable on how I obtain 2 dy dx times y by differentiating y squared, then you'll want to make sure you review implicit differentiation. That being said, I carry on. Now that we have our expression for the second derivative, we need to find the value of the second derivative when x equals to 0. And since when x equals to 0, y equals to 2, to the expression we have here evaluated when x equals to 0 and y equals to 2. And so I'll quickly write that. That's equal to the second derivative evaluated at the point with coordinates 0, 2. And let's see, using the result we just found, that was f dash when x equals to 0 equals to 4, we can state right away that when x equals to 0 and y equals to 2, the derivative we have here, dy dx, will be equal to 4. Consequently, to evaluate this second derivative at this point, we can quickly state that that's equal to 2 times dy dx at that point. So remember, that was 4. So that's 2 times 4 times the value of y when x equals to 0, which again was 2, so that's 2 times 4 times 2, plus 1. And so calculating all of this, we quickly find that the second derivative when x equals to 0 is equal to 17. Done. And so going back to my series at the top here, we can now state that the second derivative when x equals to 0 is 17. I carry on and now take care of the third derivative evaluated at 0. And for that, we'll go ahead and differentiate the expression we have for the second derivative, which I'm hovering over right now. And so if I add a bullet point right here, the third derivative, well, that will equal to the expression we obtained by differentiating this expression with respect to x. And so let's see, to differentiate 2 dy dx times y, we'll have to make use of the product rule. And so if I treat 2 dy dx as u and y as v, then the derivative of this expression will equal to the derivative of 2 dy dx times y, so that will be 2 times the second derivative times y, plus 2 dy dx times the derivative of y. So I'll quickly write that. That's plus 2 times dy dx times the derivative of y, which will be dy dx. And of course we have to add to that the derivative of 1, which is just 0, so I won't bother writing anything there. And so this is the expression we obtain for the third derivative. And in fact, I'll tidy it up a tiny bit here. So that's the third derivative, which is equal to 2 times the second derivative times y, plus 2 times dy dx squared. Okay, now that we have that, we're ready to find the value of the third derivative evaluated when x equals to 0. And so let's see, we need the value of the second derivative when x equals to 0, which we've just seen here is 17. And we need the value of y when x equals to 0, which we know is 2. And last but not least, we'll need the value of the first derivative when x equals to 0, which we saw earlier on is 4. And so let's see, this becomes 2 times the second derivative when x equals to 0, so that's 2 times 17, times the value of y when x equals to 0, which we just said is 2, that's 2, plus 2 times the value of the first derivative when x equals to 0 squared, and so that becomes 4 squared. So that's 2 times 4 squared. And by all means do check, but you should find that 2 times 17 times 2 is 68, and 2 times 4 squared, well, that will equal to 32, so this becomes 68 plus 32. In other words, the third derivative evaluated when x equals to 0 is equal to 100. Done. And so going back to our Maclaurin series at the top of the page here, we can now write that the third derivative when x equals to 0 is 100. Okay, all that's left to do now is copy the Maclaurin series we have at the top here, replacing each of the values of f and its derivatives by the values we've found, to then simplify things as much as possible. So instead of saying f of x, I'll go ahead and write y. So that's y equals to f of 0, which is 2, plus f dash of 0, which is 4 times x. So let me already write that. That's 2 plus 4x plus 1 over factorial 2 times 17 times x squared. So that becomes 17 over factorial 2 times x squared plus 1 over factorial 3 times 100 times x cubed. So that's plus 100 over factorial 3 times x cubed plus 3 dots. Finally, since factorial 2 is just equal to 2, we'll write this fraction as 17 over 2, and since factorial 3 is equal to 6, we'll simplify 100 over 6 as 50 over 3. And so we can state our final answer as y equals to 2 plus 4x plus 17 over 2 times x squared plus 50 over 3 times x cubed plus 3 dots. And that's the answer. We've now found the first 4 terms of the Maclaurin series solution to this first-order non-linear differential equation. And that's it for this tutorial.